Welcome, my insignificant friend, to the abyss of your worst nightmares. Did you think you were awake? What a pathetic illusion. You've been dragged into an eternal night, a maze of shadows where every corner hides unimaginable horrors. This is your new realm, a place where reason dissolves and darkness reigns mercilessly. You're not dreaming, poor fool. You're trapped in an endless nightmare, a bottomless pit you can't escape. Here, every whisper is a mockery, every shadow a latent threat. You've entered a realm where grotesque creatures lurk, twisted by hate and despair. Try to resist if you dare. Every step you take brings you deeper into this personal hell. Dark visions surround you, formless shapes and monsters that delight in your fear. Their mocking laughter echoes in your ears, a symphony of terror that mingles with your own screams, suffocating my little cockroach. Did you think you could escape this endless darkness? Every attempt to flee is a game only I can win. The darkness is infinite, and I am its master. My claws are embedded in your mind. My whispers have become your only reality. There's no refuge, no respite. This is your fate, your eternal damnation. You can feel the terror delighting in your being. That's my work, my creation. Every formless face you see in the shadows. Every monster writhing in the gloom is a reflection of your own fears. Welcome, despised enemy, to your new reality. A place where screams are stifled into nothingness. Where shadows are your only companions. Here, hope is a cruel illusion, and madness is your only company. Ah, my dear prisoner. It seems you're starting to grasp the magnitude of your situation. You're trapped in this endless abyss of a nightmare from which you can't wake up. But what if I told you there's a way to escape? Don't get your hopes up too quickly. The exit isn't easy. Many have tried before you. All have failed. Listen well, little insect, because this will be your only chance to wake up and return to the world of the living. You must face the most grotesque and terrifying visions you've ever imagined. Each one designed to tear your soul, to break your spirit. Can you endure it? Do you have the courage to face your deepest fears? But let me warn you, these aren't mere images of horror. They're entities hungry for your fear. Each vision is a test of endurance, a cruel game that only I can end. If at any point you fail, if your mind breaks under the weight of the terror, you'll be trapped here forever. A shadow among shadows. No one has ever emerged alive from this macabre game. No one has lasted till the end. But you have a spark of hope in your eyes. A determination that could be your salvation or your doom. So, what do you say? Are you ready to begin this hellish journey? Are you willing to face the creatures that writhe in the shadows and the horrors lurking in every dark corner? What awaits you is beyond what any human mind could endure. And remember, little insect, I'm watching you. Every scream, every tear, every heartbeat will be music to my ears. Ah, so you've decided to face your deepest fears, little insect. How brave, how foolish. No matter how much you fight, every step brings you closer to despair. Welcome to the Mansion of Nightmares, a A place where terror is not just an emotion, but a living entity. Here the walls whisper dark secrets, and the shadows come alive with sinister intentions. Let me guide you through these endless halls. Each door is an entry to a new personal hell. Enter this labyrinth of horror where reality distorts and sanity crumbles. Every hallway you walk is shrouded in a gloom that seems to absorb the very light. The walls covered in black, wet soot pulse as if they were living flesh. Do you feel that? It's the heartbeat of the house, a sinister rhythm that aligns with your own racing heart. Listen, the whispers begin to fill the air. They're not mere murmurs, but voices of the condemned who have perished here, trapped in this prison of nightmares. Every word is an icy whisper that pierces your mind, filling you with indescribable anguish. You try to cover your ears, but the whispers grow louder, echoing in your head like an endless refrain. Madness lurks, a dark shadow that threatens to devour your sanity. You stop in front of a door. Its surface is covered with scratches and dried bloodstains. As you open it, a wave of putrid air hits you, and what you see inside freezes your blood. Twisted, deformed creatures crawl on the floor. Their bodies are a grotesque amalgamation of rotting flesh and twisted bones. Their eyes shine with insatiable hunger, and seeing you, they lunge at you with spasmodic movements. Every step you take backward is a struggle against the panic threatening to consume you. Do you see how they watch you, little insect? Their soulless, empty eyes pierce deep into your being, stripping away any remaining hope. These abominations are nightmares made flesh, your deepest fears brought to life in forms that defy logic. Their claws slash through the air, coming closer and closer, eager to tear your flesh and feed their twisted bodies with your suffering. You manage to close the door just in time, but mocking laughter fills the hallway. A cold, mocking laugh that makes your skin crawl. Trying to escape, little insect? Think you can flee from the horrors waiting in every corner of this mansion? Every door you open is a window to a new nightmare. There's no refuge, no rest, only pure, absolute terror. I weave you into my web of fears, savoring every moment of your suffering. I force you to keep going. Every step is a titanic effort against paralyzing fear. You come to a fork, and no matter which path you choose, each is filled with darkness and promises of torment. You choose the left, and at the end of the hallway, a flickering light guides you to another door. As you open it, you find yourself in a room that seems alive. The walls beat like a giant heart, and from the cracks oozes a black, viscous substance that smells nauseatingly of despair. On your face, it's delicious. Every crack in those walls seems to watch you, judging you for every sin, every fear. The floor feels unstable, almost as if it were breathing beneath your feet, threatening to swallow you at any moment. You smell the acrid stench of death mixed with something even worse, a decay that clogs your lungs and makes you cough, nearly choking. The whispers in the walls, those constant heartbeats, synchronize with your heart, accelerating as your terror grows. The floor cracks beneath your feet, and skeletal hands emerge from the fissures, trying to grab you. Feel their cold touch on your ankles, pulling you toward the abyss opening beneath your feet. Each of these hands is a reminder of the lost souls who have perished before you, eternally trapped in this hell. You struggle to stand, but every effort seems futile. Terror turns into despair, and despair into a cold certainty. You are trapped in this mansion with no way out. You feel the hands gripping tighter, their icy fingers digging into your flesh, leaving purple marks that hurt with every movement. You try to break free, but it's as if an invisible force conspires to keep you trapped. The voices in your head intensify, filled with mockery and contempt. Is this the best you can do? You are pathetic. Easy prey for the horrors that stalk you. You keep going because you have no other choice. Every door you open is a new test. Every room, a trap designed to break your spirit. You enter a room that seems calm at first, but soon you realize the truth. The shadows in the corners lengthen and twist, taking monstrous shapes that defy logic and reason. Nightmarish creatures emerge. Their eyes glow with an intensity that paralyzes you. You feel their fetid breath on your face, the brush of their claws on your skin. The creatures come closer, their amorphous bodies writhing with grotesque movements. Their mouths open in a silent scream, and although you can't hear it, you feel their terror deep in your being. Every step you take is torment. Every move a reminder that you're trapped in an endless cycle of horror. The creature's eyes follow you, piercing your soul, stripping away any hope of escape. There is no refuge, no rest. Every attempt to flee is blocked by new abominations. The creatures inhabiting this mansion aren't mere beasts. They are manifestations of humanity's deepest fears. Their grotesque, twisted forms writhe in the gloom. Their claws and fangs gleam with an insatiable desire to destroy. You can't reason with them. Did you think you could find a safe place here, little insect? How sweetly naive. Every corner of this mansion is designed to consume your soul, to shred every fragment of hope you have left. The whispers turn into screams, clamoring for your soul, demanding your suffering. You're trapped in a labyrinth of despair, a maze from which there is no escape. The whispers transform into screams, clamoring for your soul, demanding your suffering. You're trapped in a labyrinth of despair, a maze from which there is no escape. The lights flicker, and for a moment you find yourself surrounded by spectral figures, their deformed faces reflecting eternal torment. Their ghostly hands reach out to you. Their bony fingers brush your skin with a burning coldness. Every touch is a promise of pain, a threat of destruction. You can't move. You can't scream. You can only watch as the figures draw closer, their empty eyes fixed on you. You struggle with all your might to break free, but it's as if an invisible force is holding you in place, savoring your torment. The walls start to close in around you. The hallways stretch and twist, turning into an endless maze. Every turn, every door leads you deeper into darkness, closer to madness. The despair on your face is delicious. Keep going, little insect. Seek the exit you'll never find. Run through these endless halls. Open door after door, only to find more horrors, more suffering. This is your fate, your condemnation. There's no escape from the mansion of nightmares. The walls are covered in moss and lichens. A stench of decay fills the air, mixed with the unmistakable aroma of despair. The flickering lights reveal figures moving in the shadows, their forms distorted by the gloom. As you advance, you see the basement is full of cells, each one holding a different vision of terror. In the first cell, a man is tearing at his own flesh, his screams of pain and madness echoing in the confined space. Do you like what you see, little insect? This is only the beginning of your descent into madness. Each cell is a fragment of the despair that awaits you. Look around. Feel the oppression of these walls. These creatures have no salvation, and soon you'll join them. You keep going, trying to ignore the screams and moans filling the air. You reach a cell where a spectral figure sways back and forth, its empty eyes fixed on you. Its mouth opens in a silent scream, and although you can't hear it, you feel its terror deep in your soul. The cold of its presence chills you to the bone, a constant reminder that you're trapped in this place without hope. You try to move forward, little insect. There is no escape from this basement. Every step you take brings you closer to despair. The creatures here aren't simple monsters. They are the remnants of lost souls condemned to an eternity of torment. You will become one of them. The lights flicker, and the darkness closes in on you, dense and suffocating. You feel a presence behind you, something moving with a speed and strength that leaves you breathless. You turn and see a tall, skeletal figure. Its face, a mask of horror and suffering. Its eyes pierce you with hate and despair. It advances toward you with slow, deliberate movements, its long hands reaching out to grasp you. You feel watched. That sensation of being observed isn't mere paranoia. It's the reality of this place. Every shadow, every corner is filled with eyes that follow you, that revel in your suffering. Try to run, try to hide, but there's no escape. This is your fate, your condemnation. Ah, little insect. Do you think you've made progress? That every step brings you closer to liberation? How touching! Let me savor your naivety for a moment. Because you know what? You've barely reached the halfway point of this abyss. I might give you a little pat on the back for your perseverance. How brave you are. How admirable. But don't get your hopes up. There's still a long way to go, filled with horrors and shadows you can't even imagine. But I'll tell you something. To keep that little spark of hope alive that I so enjoy crushing, if by some miracle you manage to reach the end, I'll confess a secret to you. Oh, don't get too excited. It will be a secret you wish you'd never heard. So keep going. Keep crawling through this nightmare labyrinth. And as you do, remember my words. Every step you take is just another mockery of your despair. The whispers intensify as you go deeper into the basement. The hallways narrow, and the shadows lengthen, taking on shapes that defy logic. You come to a slightly open door, and as you push it, you find yourself in what looks like an old asylum. The walls are covered in graffiti and dried bloodstains, and the air is thick with the acrid smell of disinfectant and despair. In the corners of the room, you see hunched figures, patients forgotten by time. Their faces are hidden under dirty, moldy bandages, but their eyes shine with an intensity that chills your blood. One of them rises and moves toward you. Its movements are erratic and spasmodic. Its mouth opens in a grotesque grimace, revealing sharp, decayed teeth. Welcome to the ward of the deranged, little insect. Do you feel more comfortable among your kind? Each of these poor wretches has been consumed by madness, and you'll be no different. Their screams, their laments are a symphony of despair that will soon envelop you. You try to move forward, but the patients block your path. Their skeletal hands reach out to you, trying to trap you. You feel their cold, sticky touch on your skin. A constant reminder that you're trapped in a place without hope. Echoing laughter fills the air, a cacophony of mockery and evil that makes you shiver. Did you think this psychiatric ward would be your salvation? How naive. This place is a reflection of your mind, a maze of madness and despair with no way out. Every step you take drags you deeper into the darkness. Each door you open reveals new horrors. You reach a treatment room, and the horror hits you like a wave. Rusty, blood-stained gurneys are lined up neatly, each one holding a motionless figure. Their bodies are strapped down with leather straps, their faces hidden behind metal masks. But their eyes are open, staring at you, filled with pain and desperation that takes your breath away. Do you see these patients, little insect? Each one has suffered beyond imagination, their souls trapped here in an endless cycle of torment. They watch you. They want you to join them. They feel your fear and feed off it. You move forward, but every step is a battle against the despair threatening to consume you. The lights flicker, shadows lengthen, taking monstrous shapes that chase you at every turn. The patients whisper your name, their voices filled with a malice that chills your blood. Run if you can, but there's no escape. This psychiatric ward is a labyrinth of horror with no exit. Every door, every corridor pulls you deeper into madness. The creatures here aren't just ghosts. They're manifestations of your own fear. Your own demons come to life. You enter an operating room and the horror reaches a new level. Rusty surgical instruments are scattered everywhere. In the center of the room, a hooded figure bends over a still body. The hooded figure turns to you, revealing a skinless face, a skull grinning with malice. Welcome to your operation, little insect. This is the chamber of horrors where your worst nightmares come true. The surgeon is waiting, ready to strip you of your sanity, your humanity. Each cut, each incision is a reminder that you're trapped in a place where hope doesn't exist. The surgeon lifts a scalpel, his grin widening. He moves toward you, and though you try to back away, your feet are stuck to the floor. You feel the cold metal on your skin, a shallow cut that makes you scream in pain. The room fills with laughter. There's no escape, little insect. This psychiatric ward is your prison, and the horrors here are endless. Every door, every corridor is a new test, a new torture. And I'll enjoy every moment of your suffering, every scream, every tear. Because here in my domain, despair is eternal, and your agony is my delight. The shadows close in around you, and you feel your sanity slipping away. Each whisper, each laugh is a stab in your mind, a reminder that you're trapped in an endless cycle of terror. You try to resist, but every effort is in vain. This psychiatric ward is a maze of madness with no escape, and you are its eternal prisoner. Still trying to resist? How adorable. But let me tell you, little insect, your efforts are useless. This is your fate, your damnation. Here, in this psychiatric ward, you'll face your worst nightmares, your deepest fears. And I'll be here, enjoying every moment, laughing at your misery, delighting in your suffering. Welcome to your true hell. The doors close around you, and the shadows envelop you in a cold, oppressive embrace. The patient's screams echo in your ears, a chorus of despair accompanying your every step. There's no escape, no hope, only darkness, only terror. You're trapped in this psychiatric ward, condemned to an eternity of suffering. Feel that pressure in your chest, that fear crawling up your spine. It's the darkness surrounding you. Not just a mere veil, but a living being watching you with 1,000 invisible eyes, sliding over your skin like an ice-cold snake. The shadows stretch and twist into monstrous shapes. Hungry, glowing eyes watch you, sharp claws ready to tear your flesh. You feel their presence in every corner of your mind, in every racing heartbeat. They are the embodiment of your fear of the unknown, of what lurks just beyond your sight. The void surrounds you, an infinite emptiness threatening to swallow you whole. You wonder if you really exist, if you haven't already been consumed by this all-devouring darkness. The void is absolute, a bottomless pit pulling you into the abyss. The feeling of disappearing, of being forgotten, crushes you with relentless force. A cold, soulless presence seeps into your thoughts, constantly reminding you of your mortality. Each breath is a struggle, each heartbeat an echo in the void. The certainty of your end crushes you, and you know there's no escape. A primal hatred spreads like a black tide, engulfing you and suffocating you. You feel the resentment of thousands of lost souls, a visceral hatred penetrating to your bones. You can't escape this feeling, this discomfort consuming you from within. Every attempt to move forward is a reminder of your helplessness, your inevitable fate. The voices of the entities in the darkness draw closer, whispering curses and taunts in your ear. They insult you, ridicule you, delighting in your suffering. Every word is a dagger, every laugh a slap. They take pleasure in your torment, feeding off your fear, your despair. You try to scream, but the sound dies in your throat. The darkness is thick, palpable, like a viscous substance filling your lungs. You feel yourself choking, struggling for each breath as the shadows move around you, whispering your worst fears. You wonder how much longer you can endure before madness consumes you completely. Oh, poor lost soul. What are you doing here in this relentless darkness? Did you think you could escape your fate? How pathetic. The darkness surrounds you so densely that you can feel its weight crushing you, suffocating you. Every shadow is a monster, every corner an abyss of unexplored horror, and you, trembling like a leaf in the wind. You're their favorite prey. You feel the fear sliding under your skin, cold and slimy, like ice snakes coursing through your veins. This is just the beginning. The anguish begins to consume your soul, a black flame burning with an infernal fire, slowly devouring every vestige of hope. Ah, how I enjoy seeing you like this, so defenseless, so vulnerable. You're a broken toy in the hands of the darkness. You wonder what evil lurks in the shadows, don't you? How sweetly naive you are. Evil is everywhere, in every whisper you hear, in every shadow stretching and twisting around you. It's a tangible presence, an insidious force infiltrating your thoughts, corrupting them, turning every dream into a nightmare from which you can't wake up. And I, from the depths of this abyss, laugh at you. Yes, I laugh because there's nothing more delicious than your fear. Listen closely, poor fool. There's no escape. The darkness has claimed you and it won't let you go. Do you feel that cold touch on your neck? It's the breath of terror, always close, always lurking. It consumes you, devours you, feeds on your deepest fears. Each heartbeat is a melody of panic, a symphony of despair fueling my perverse joy. Look at you, trying to keep your sanity amid this chaos. How touching. But it's useless. Madness looms over you like a shroud of shadow, enveloping you, suffocating you. The voices in your head don't stop. They whisper your worst fears, scream your darkest secrets. And I, from the depths of this pit of horror, enjoy every moment of your agony. Each step you take sinks you deeper into this labyrinth of shadows. There's no way out, no salvation. You're trapped, doomed to wander eternally in this living nightmare. Terror has you in its grip and won't let you go. The shadows stir, and in each of them, you see the reflection of your own fear, your own despair. They surround you, imprison you. And I laugh, for there's nothing more beautiful than seeing a soul break under the weight of its own terror. Do you see those figures moving in the darkness? They're creatures of the night, beings of pure evil feeding on your fear. Their eyes glow with a hatred that pierces the soul, and their laughs mix with mine, resonating in this nightmare world. There's no place to hide, no corner where you can escape their ravenous gaze. So keep going, poor wretch. Keep moving forward in the darkness, knowing each step brings you closer to your end. Because in the end, the darkness will claim you completely, and you'll be another shadow in this realm of terror. And I, from the shadows, will watch you, laugh, and revel in your suffering. Welcome to your eternal nightmare. This is where it all ends and where true horror begins. So here you are, trapped in this pit of infinite darkness. The blackness envelops you like a shroud, a blanket of despair clinging to your skin and seeping into your bones. Each breath you take is a monumental effort. The air is thick, heavy. You thought you could escape. How pathetic. Fear starts to take root, sinking its sharp claws into your mind. You feel the terror sliding under your skin, a glacial cold spreading through your veins like poison. Anguish looms over you, an insidious shadow devouring every thought, every breath. puppet in the hands of the darkness. And I, your puppet master, relish each spasm of your fear. The shadows around you seem to move with a life of their own, forming grotesque figures that twist and dance in a macabre ballet. See those glowing eyes in the darkness? They watch you, they stalk you, feeding on your despair. There's no place to hide, no refuge for your fragile mind. Look at you, trying to keep your composure, fighting against the panic that consumes you. Don't you see how futile it is? Madness looms over you like a ravenous shadow, and there's no escape from its grasp. Listen closely. The whispers in the darkness are more than just sounds. They are the voices of trapped souls, the screams of those who have succumbed to this abyss before you. Their laments echo in your ears, a chorus of despair dragging you further and further into madness. Each word is a knife plunging into your mind. Each whisper a reminder of your inevitable fate. You wonder how much longer you can endure this. How much more you can resist before breaking completely. But the truth is, you're already broken. Every step you take in this darkness is a dance with terror, a macabre dance you can't escape. The shadows surround you. Their spectral hands brush your skin, sending chills of pure horror through your body. Then, a door appears before you. Haven't you seen it before? You wonder if it has always been there, hidden in the blackness. The wood is rotten, exuding a stench of death and decay. With trembling hands, you open it, knowing you have no other choice. Then you step inside. The floor is covered in a sticky, dark liquid that clings to your shoes, making every movement difficult. The walls are decorated with dancing shadows that twist and deform, grotesque figures emerging from your worst nightmares. Here, your deepest fears take form and devour you alive. You move forward with difficulty, each step heavier than the last. The air fills with incomprehensible murmurs, the voices of trapped souls begging, screaming, and cursing. Faces start to form in the walls, distorted by pain and despair. Their eyes follow you, their mouths open in silent screams echoing in your mind. You realize the magnitude of your despair. You crawl forward, unable to turn back, knowing that any return would only bring more of the same. You open another door, only to find a new horror. This room is filled with mirrors, but the reflections aren't yours. In each mirror, you see distorted versions of yourself, versions writhing in agony, tearing their skin and screaming without sound. Look at yourself. Look closely, because this is what could be, what you will become. Each reflection seems a possible future, a fate marked by terror and madness. You try to look away, but the mirrors surround you, forcing you to face each one of your fears. You feel the despair wrapping around you like an invisible noose, tightening more and more around your neck. Oh, poor lost soul. There's no escape for you. You finally escape the room of mirrors, only to find a third chamber, this time filled with shadows that seem to have a life of their own. They brush against you with icy cold fingers. They're waiting for you, hungry for your fear, eager to devour your soul. The shadows rise, forming humanoid figures that advance toward you. You try to back away, but you're trapped. Their spectral hands reach out, trying to grab you, to drag you into eternal darkness. Panic grips you, and you run, stumbling and falling, but always getting up again, always moving forward, though you don't know where you're going in the darkness. Then, a faint light flickers in the distance, a spark of hope in this sea of darkness. You move towards it, your steps heavy and clumsy. The light seems to recede with every step you take, mocking your desperation. But you keep going because there's no other choice. It's the only thing keeping you moving, the only thing stopping you from giving up completely. You finally reach the source of the light. It's a slightly open door, emitting a faint glow. You push it open with trembling hands, feeling a momentary relief as the darkness retreats. But as you cross the threshold, you realize your torment is far from over. You find yourself in a long, narrow hallway, the walls covered in damp stains and blood. The floor is cold under your bare feet, and the air is thick with a nauseating, acrid smell. You proceed cautiously, each step echoing in the oppressive silence. As you venture deeper into the hallway, the shadows seem to come to life, twisting and stretching towards you. The doors on either side of the hallway are invitations to new nightmares, each one hiding a different horror, a vision designed to break your mind and devour your soul. You stop at the first door, hesitating. Instinct tells you to keep going, to find a way out. But curiosity, that human impulse, pushes you to open it. Inside, you find a room that defies all logic. The walls twist and bend as if they were alive. The floor is a sea of pulsating flesh, and shadows hang from the ceiling, amorphous figures sliding towards you with outstretched claws. You feel the terror paralyze you as panic takes over. You try to step back, but the door slams shut behind you with a crash, trapping you in this new nightmare. The creatures in the room close in, their eyes glowing with ancient hatred. You feel their fetid breath on your skin, their claws brushing against your flesh. They twist you, they mutilate you. Every movement is torture. You try to scream, but your voice is choked by fear. You feel yourself fading, each second an eternity of suffering. Finally, you manage to open the door and stumble out into another endless hallway. You lean against the wall, trying to catch your breath, but there's no time to rest. You have to keep moving. You have to find a way out. Desperation drives you, but every door you open reveals a new horror, a new abyss of madness. A mocking laughter echoes through the hallways, taunting your suffering. They insult you, call you weak, tell you you'll never escape. Every word is a stab, every laugh a slap. Keep going, little insect. Search for the exit you'll never find. Run through these endless hallways, opening door after door, only to find more horrors, more suffering. This is your fate, your doom. There's no escape from the Mansion of Nightmares. But our journey of horror is far from over. Open that trapdoor in the floor, little insect, and descend into the depths of the catacombs. Don't be fooled by their seemingly tranquil appearance. This is a place where light has never dared to enter, an endless maze of dark and cavernous corridors. The walls ooze moisture, and the echo of your footsteps mingles with the whispers of lost souls. Every step you take in these tunnels seems to resonate in your soul, a disturbing vibration that multiplies at every turn. The shadows here are dense, almost tangible, as if you could touch them and feel their coldness on your skin. You pause for a moment, listening to the air. It's filled with a constant murmur, a whisper of laments that completely surrounds you. It's the collective voice of those who've lost their way and their minds in these depths. Do you feel the despair, little insect? These catacombs are filled with souls that have succumbed to madness, each a living testament to eternal agony. There's no escape from this place. Every turn, every corner is a step closer to oblivion. As you turn a corner, you encounter a figure huddled on the ground. Their skin is so pale and translucent, and their large, empty eyes watch you with a mix of hunger and sorrow. They don't say a word, but their presence is enough to make you recoil. You know you're not alone, that these tunnels are filled with beings like them, specters who've lost all hope and humanity. Ah, look at them, the damned who wander aimlessly, seeking a release that will never come. You're one of them now, trapped in this endless maze. Try to move forward if you can, but each step drags you deeper into despair. The walls seem to close in around you, and the air grows denser, almost palpable. The sense of oppression is unbearable, and you feel every breath become harder to take. The figures in the shadows watch you, their unintelligible whispers filling the air as you feel their eyes follow your every move. You keep moving, and the murmur of voices intensifies. The walls are covered in ancient inscriptions, symbols that seem to move and writhe before your eyes. You try to ignore them, but their sinuous shapes imprint themselves on your mind like a poison seeping into your thoughts. You feel a presence behind you, a shadow moving with inhuman speed and grace. Do you feel watched? That sensation of being observed isn't an illusion. The shadows here are alive. They're hungry. They feed on your fear, your despair. You can't escape their gaze. You can't hide from their touch. A bony hand emerges from the shadows, brushing your shoulder with an icy caress. You turn quickly, but there's nothing there. Just the echo of your own fears reverberating in the darkness. You move on, but every step is a battle against the oppression threatening to crush you. You reach a wide chamber, its walls covered in bones and skulls. In the center, a hooded figure bends over a stone altar, muttering in an ancient and forgotten language. Welcome to the heart of the catacombs, the place where lost souls are devoured by darkness. This is your fate, little insect. There's no salvation here, only a bottomless abyss of terror and despair. Every whisper, every shadow is a reminder of your inevitable end. The hooded figure lifts its head, and beneath the hood, you see a face without eyes, a mask of absolute darkness. It turns toward you, and though it has no eyes, you feel its penetrating gaze stabbing into your soul. It moves toward you, its steps slow and deliberate, savoring every moment of your suffering. Run if you can, but there's no escape. These catacombs are a maze of madness from which there's no way out. Every step you take drags you deeper into darkness. Every breath brings you closer to despair. You're mine, completely and forever. As you leave the catacombs, you you find yourself on the threshold of an ancient cemetery. The tombstones are covered in moss, and the air is filled with the scent of damp earth and decay. The wind whispers through the branches of the bare trees, a sound that mingles with the moans of the souls wandering among the graves. Every shadow seems to move with a life of its own, and the dark, starless sky adds a touch of despair to the scene. Welcome to the Cemetery of Lost Souls, little insect. Here, the dead do not rest in peace. Their souls are trapped, doomed to wander forever in the twilight, and you are destined to join them. You step into the cemetery, and the ground beneath your feet feels soft and treacherous, as if invisible hands of the dead are trying to grab you and pull you underground. Every tombstone is a silent reminder of death, and you feel the presence of those who have passed watching you from the darkness. They whisper your name, their voices full of despair and longing. You feel their gaze, little insect. The dead here have not found peace. Their hollow eyes follow you, whispering forgotten secrets, begging for help that will never come. You are one of them now, trapped in an endless cycle of suffering. You pass an open grave, and the stench of decay hits you hard. You see a figure hunched over the grave, its skeletal hands digging frantically. Its empty eyes stare at you with an intensity that freezes your blood, and its mouth opens in a silent scream of anguish. You feel its despair as if it were your own, a crushing weight that steals your breath away. Look at the damned little insect. Each one of them is a shadow of their former self, trapped in an eternal cycle of pain. Their screams echo in your mind, a cacophony of suffering that never ends. Try to move forward if you can, but every step drags you closer to madness. The wind intensifies, and with it, the whispers of the dead turn into screams of agony. The shadows lengthen and twist, taking monstrous forms that slide between the tombstones. You feel them surrounding you, their oppressive presence tightening around your chest. You try to move forward, but the ground seems to shift under your feet, making every step difficult. Run, little insect. Run if you can. But there's no escape from this cemetery. Every shadow, every scream is a reminder of your inevitable fate. You are one of them now, trapped in an endless cycle of despair. Death is a release you will never attain. You reach a crumbling mausoleum, its entrance dark and foreboding. You pause for a moment, sensing a powerful presence inside. Driven by a desperate hope of finding a way out, you decide to enter. But what awaits you inside is even worse. The walls are covered in ancient and macabre inscriptions, and the air is thick with the stench of rot. In the center of the mausoleum, you see a hooded figure leaning over a stone altar. Its face is hidden, but you feel its gaze fixed on you as you approach. The figure turns, revealing a disfigured and inhuman face. Its eyes gleam with pure malice, and its smile fills you with indescribable terror. Welcome to the heart of despair, little insect. Here, the dead do not rest, and their guardians control your fate. Every shadow, every whisper is a reflection of your own fear. You are mine, completely and forever. The figure rises and moves toward you, its movement slow and deliberate. You try to step back, but your feet are stuck to the ground. You feel a cold, bony hand grab your arm, and a shiver runs down your spine. The figure stares at you, its eyes filled with an unfathomable darkness. There's no escape, little insect. This cemetery is your prison, and the horrors here are endless. Every step you take, every breath you draw, is a reminder of your inevitable end. You are mine, completely and forever. As you leave the cemetery, you find yourself in a dark forest. The trees loom like shadowy giants, their twisted branches forming an impenetrable canopy that blocks out any trace of light. The air is filled with the smell of damp earth and decaying leaves, and the silence is broken only by the occasional crunch of a branch underfoot. Ah, the dark forest. A place where light never dares to enter. This is a realm of shadows and whispers, a natural maze that confounds even the bravest. And you, little insect, you ventured into its heart. You walk among the trees, every shadow seeming to move with a life of its own. You feel a constant presence behind you, a sensation of being watched that never fades. The wind whispers through the branches, carrying unintelligible voices that fill the air with palpable tension. You try to ignore them, but the whispers grow louder, more insistent. Feel their eyes on you, little insect. The creatures of this forest are watching, whispering promises of terror and despair. There's no escape from their gaze, no refuge from their touch. You're trapped in this labyrinth of darkness, and every step takes you deeper into the abyss. The tree branches stretch towards you like skeletal hands, trying to grab you. You feel their cold touch on your skin, a constant reminder that you're surrounded by the very essence of fear. The ground beneath your feet is soft and treacherous, as if something below is trying to pull you down. Suddenly, you hear a howl in the distance, a sound that chills you to the bone. You turn and see dark figures moving among the trees, their shapes barely visible in the gloom. They are wolves, but their eyes shine with a malevolent intelligence that fills you with terror. They advance toward you with a speed and grace that leaves you breathless. These are the wolves of the forest, creatures of the night that delight in your fear. They sense your desperation, your weakness, and they are hungry. Run, little insect. Run if you can. But there's no escape from their claws, no refuge from their fangs. You try to run, but the ground seems to conspire against you, becoming stickier and more slippery with every step. The wolves follow closely, their eyes fixed on you with insatiable hunger. You feel their hot breath on your neck, their oppressive presence on either side. The tree branches twist and tangle, forming obstacles that make your escape even harder. You trip and fall, and on the ground, you see roots moving like snakes, trying to ensnare you. You get up with difficulty, but every step is a struggle against the very nature of fear. You thought you could escape, little insect. How naive you are. This forest is a maze of despair, and its creatures delight in your suffering. Every whisper, every shadow is a reminder of your inevitable end. There is no way out of this place. No hope. The wolves close in, their fangs gleaming in the darkness. You feel their hot breath on your skin, their claws brushing against your flesh. You try to fight back, but their attacks are relentless. They surround you, corner you, and every movement you make is in vain. In your desperation, you see a light in the distance, a spark of hope in the middle of the darkness. You move towards it with all your strength, but every step is a struggle. The wolves follow closely, their howls echoing in your ears. You think it's your salvation, little insect. How pathetic. That light is just another illusion, another trap to drag you further into despair. But keep going, keep fighting. It will be a pleasure to watch you fall apart. The light grows brighter as you get closer, and finally you reach a clearing in the forest. Go on, keep running. You enter deeper and deeper into this new nightmare, a place where hope dies and horror reigns supreme. The air changes, becoming heavy and acrid. A stench of death and decay clings to your nostrils. The shadows of the trees dissipate, revealing a desolate and devastated landscape. The ground turns to thick mud, stained with dark red, mixed with the blood of countless fallen around you. Deep trenches stretch like scars in the earth. The mud is littered with bodies and skeletons, fallen soldiers whose souls never found rest. You see them there, with their torn uniforms and deformed gas masks, their empty eyes watching with visceral hate and eternal resentment. The spirits of the dead rise, spectral figures moving among the trenches. Their whispers are a chorus of despair and fury, curses that resonate in your mind and drag you toward madness. Every step you take sinks into the mud. Every movement is a monumental effort in this earthly hell. Rivers of blood flow through the trenches, a crimson torrent that carries mutilated bodies and memories of a senseless war. The mud is soaked with tears and suffering, and every drop of blood is a testament to the eternal pain of these lost spirits. The deformed gas masks cover the faces of the dead, transforming them into nightmare monsters. Their eyes shine with a ghostly light, filled with a hatred that pierces the soul. Feel their presence in every corner of your mind, in every accelerated heartbeat. There is no refuge for your fragile sanity, no escape from this perpetual horror. The air fills with toxic gases, poisonous clouds that slide like smoke serpents wrapping around you and suffocating you. Slowly, your lungs burn, your vision blurs, and every breath is a struggle against death. Among the toxic mist, you see the raging entities, furious spirits with open wounds and decayed flesh. They stalk you, chasing you with spectral claws and eyes full of rancor. Each one is a victim of a foreign war, doomed to wander this endless hell, wishing to return to their loved ones, but eternally trapped in this abyss. Oh, how pathetic. You try to escape. There is no escape. Poor lost soul. Every time you try to flee, the shadows lengthen. They twist into monstrous figures that surround you and drag you into the abyss. Your desperate attempts only make my delight greater. Spectral hands reach out, brushing your skin with a coldness that penetrates to the bone. You are surrounded by fallen soldiers, their faces deformed by hate and suffering, clamoring for justice in a senseless war. Their laments turn into a deafening scream that echoes in your head, a constant reminder of your damnation. An especially raging figure appears before you, its broken gas mask revealing a face deformed by hate and pain. You abandoned us. You let them die in this hell. Its voice is an icy whisper, and its spectral claws close around your neck. You feel life slipping from your body as terror completely consumes you. You struggle desperately, trying to free yourself, and finally manage to escape its deadly grasp. You run through the trenches, dodging barbed wire and fallen bodies, your lungs burning with every breath. Each step is a battle against fear and despair, a struggle to keep your sanity amidst this infernal chaos. The mud sucks at you, the shadows chase you, and the screams of the dead fill the air with a cacophony of horror. You feel their resentful lies, their claws trying to reach you, to drag you back to their nightmare world. You realize there is no escape. This is your fate, your eternal damnation. The environment around you becomes more oppressive with each step you take. The muddy ground transforms into a repugnant mix of earth and flesh, a quagmire of death that seems to have a life of its own. You feel your feet sinking into it, and every movement is a struggle to free yourself. Its sticky grip. The corpses piled around you are a macabre sight. Some still wear their uniforms now decomposed and covered in mold. Others are almost skeletal, but their bony hands seem to keep reaching out to you, begging for help, for justice, or maybe just for company in their eternal loneliness. The gas masks that once were their protection now are their prison. You see them on the ground with empty faces and tubes hanging uselessly. Those masks are a symbol of their perpetual suffering, a barrier between them and the world of the living from which they have been cruelly separated. The air thickens with the smell of decomposition and mustard gas. Invisible but lethal gases fill your lungs with every breath. You choke on the poison, feeling your strength fade and your mind cloud. There is no escape from this poisoned air. Every breath is torture. The raging spirits draw closer. Their voices grow louder, more insistent. You betrayed them. You left them to die in the darkness. They scream their words full of pain and resentment. Each word is an arrow piercing your soul, making you feel the depth of their suffering. You feel their cold hands on you, trying to drag you down toward death and beyond. You try to fight, but your resistance fades. You are surrounded, trapped, with no hope of salvation. Every move you make only seems to infuriate them more, intensifying their rage and their desire for revenge. The sky above you is perpetually covered in black clouds. There is no sunlight, only an oppressive darkness that extends as far as the eye can see. The shadows lengthen and twist, forming grotesque figures that seem to mock you, writhing in a macabre dance of death. Rusty weapons and abandoned equipment mix with human remains, creating an endless battlefield of hell. Each step you take is a new nightmare. Each corner hides a new horror. The screams of the fallen echo in your ears, a constant reminder of the brutality and futility of it all. You keep going. Your steps are heavy and faltering. The mud clings to you, trying to stop you. The shadows follow, whispering your worst fears and feeding your despair. Every moment is a struggle to maintain your sanity, to not succumb to the panic that threatens to consume your mind. Finally, you reach the end of the trenches, and before you rises a new nightmare, an abandoned amusement park. its structures rusted and deformed by time and desolation. The laughter of the fallen spirits echoes in the air, a sinister melody that follows you as you move towards this new horror. You know your torment is far from over. Every step takes you deeper into the abyss of despair. This is your destiny, poor lost soul, condemned to wander eternally in an endless cycle of terror and suffering, seeking a peace that will never come. Welcome to your eternity of nightmares, where every breath is a reminder of your damnation, and every whisper is a prelude to new horrors to come. The place is covered in moss and vines, and every attraction seems on the verge of collapse. Welcome to the amusement park, you miserable little insect. Here, laughter has turned into screams of terror, and every attraction is a death trap. This is your new hell, a place where hope comes to die. You venture into the park and the shadows lengthen around you, taking on grotesque and threatening forms. The whispers turn into malicious laughter, a constant echo of mockery that fills you with despair. Every step you take is a reminder that you are trapped in an endless cycle of terror. Ah, still trying to resist? How adorable. But let me tell you, little insect, that your efforts are useless. This amusement park is a labyrinth of madness from which there is no escape. Every attraction, every corner is a new trial, a new torture. And I will be here enjoying every moment, laughing at your misery, delighting in your suffering. Welcome to your true hell. The attractions come to life around you, moving with an unnatural grace. You see ghostly figures on the Ferris wheel, their faces deformed by terror. On the carousel, the horse figures transform into grotesque beasts, their eyes shining with pure evil. You try to move forward, but each step is a struggle against the despair that threatens to consume you. Run, little insect. Run if you can. But there is no escape from this amusement park. Every shadow, every laugh is a reminder of your inevitable fate. You are one of them now, trapped in an endless cycle of despair. Hope is a cruel illusion, a mirage that keeps you moving only to prolong your agony. The shadows envelop you and you feel sanity slipping away. Every whisper, every laugh is a stab in the mind, a reminder that you are trapped in an endless cycle of terror. You try to resist, but every effort is in vain. This amusement park is a labyrinth of madness from which there is no escape, and you are its eternal prisoner. In the midst of this infernal vision, you feel reality starting to fade. The shadows and spirits slowly dissolve, and an unexpected sense of relief envelops you, little insect. Here we are, on the edge of the final precipice. You have crawled through the dark hallways of the Mansion of Nightmares. You have faced the vilest creatures and the deepest horrors your mind could conceive. You have reached this point driven by a stubborn and desperate hope. Congratulations. You have truly passed the test. Poor soul, I commend you for your resilience. Few manage to get this far. You have faced your worst fears and survived. Bravo. But do not think this is the end. You begin to feel your mind returning to your body. The darkness and horror of the cursed amusement park dissipate, and the familiarity of your bedroom begins to form around you. The sheets, your bed, the faint light of dawn filtering through the curtains. Everything seems to return to its place. You breathe deeply, feeling the clean, fresh air of your room. This feels like a farewell, doesn't it? But before I release you, there's a secret I must confess. Something that will make you understand the true nature of your situation. Imagine, if you can, the weight of everything you have endured. Every scream stifled in the darkness. Every door you opened only to find more horror. Now feel the imminent release. The promise of waking from this endless nightmare. That spark of hope that has brought you this far. That last vestige of humanity. It's beautiful, isn't it? Now let me destroy it. Have you wondered why there never seemed to be an end? Why every door you opened only led to more agony? The answer is simple. All of this has been a cruel game. A macabre joke designed solely for my amusement. From the moment you entered this realm of shadows, your fate was sealed. There is no exit door, no trick you could uncover. It has all been an illusion. A meticulous deception to drag you to the edge of madness, to savor your suffering, the bitterness of your despair. I have watched your hopes ignite and extinguish, again and again. Every time you thought you were close to liberation, I led you back into the abyss. And do you know what the best part of all this is? That you believed it. You believed you could escape, that you could defeat me. Don't you see how deliciously ironic your bravery is, your determination? It has all been in vain. Do you feel that pressure in your chest? It's the despair sinking deeper into your soul. It's the realization that everything you did, every tear shed, every scream stifled in the darkness, it's all meaningless. I have watched you struggle, claw, scream into the void. I have delighted in every moment of your suffering. But the truth is that there was never an escape. There is no door, no key. You are trapped here in this realm of nightmares forever. Let me savor your despair a little longer. Imagine that everything you have suffered so far is just the prologue to your eternal torment. Every vision of horror, every grotesque creature you faced is just a small sample of what awaits you. You have tried so hard, fought so bravely only to discover there was never any hope. Now that you know the truth, what will you do? You can scream, you can curse my name, but it will change nothing. Eternity in this hell is your fate. There is no happy ending, no release. All that remains for you is an endless cycle of terror. A whirlwind of shadows and horrors that will never stop. Every drop of hope you had was an illusion, a cruel trick. I have manipulated you. I have guided you like a puppet, and you have naively followed, believing you could escape. Don't you see how entertaining you have been for me? Every step you took brought you closer to madness, deeper into this abyss from which you will never wake up. Feel the despair enveloping you, tightening its cold claws around your heart. It's delicious. And now, as you writhe in agony, the truth. Let me laugh once more at your misery. Your suffering is my delight. Your anguish my music. Every scream of yours is a melody. Every tear, a perfect note. You've been a sublime actor in this theater of nightmares. But now the show is over, and the curtains fall on an ending of absolute despair. There are no words to describe the depth of your despair, the magnitude of your suffering. You are trapped in an eternal cycle of terror, a descending spiral that never ends. And I will be your jailer, your eternal torment. Enjoy your eternity of suffering, little insect. We will meet again over and over in every dark corner of your mind, because in this place, there is no escape. You are trapped, and I will always be here, laughing at your misery. Welcome to your true nightmare, one from which you will never wake up. This is your final destiny, your eternal prison, and I will be your jailer, your eternal torment. Enjoy your eternity of suffering. We will meet again over and over in every dark corner of your mind, because in this place, there is no escape. You are trapped, and I will always be here, laughing at your misery. And so, as you sink deeper and deeper into this abyss of despair, my laughter will echo in your ears, an endless echo of your own misery. This is the end, little insect. This is your true hell, and there is nothing you can do to escape. So go ahead, keep fighting if you wish, but remember, every effort is in vain. You are trapped, without escape, without hope. Only darkness remains, only terror. Welcome to eternity, where suffering is eternal, and my fun never ends. You are completely mine forever. This is the end, little insect. This is your true hell, and there is nothing you can do to escape. Here is where everything ends, and where the true horror begins. Here in this abyss of darkness, where every shadow is a threat, every whisper is an omen. And you are the condemned soul, always seeking an exit that will never exist.